Rapping with these car alarms, we don't give a fuck. Hey, we about to go, we about to live it up. Okay. Yo, it's Kid Hyphen, and this is your course on non-digital resources on how to grow your brand organically with Finessed Media.
Shit is crazy, man. I had this bugged out dream that I was on that red carpet, man, and I was famous, I was there, it was me and the wild dogs, man, I seen.
So improving your craft, you gotta always make sure that your sword is sharp and the pen is mightier than the sword, specifically with the hip hop artist. If you stay ready, you never have to get ready. Even when I'm at work, there's been countless times where I work at a boxing gym and the owner will bring in a notable rapper and he'll be like, yo, rap for him. And I have to be right. I didn't know that day I was gonna rap for somebody who was of note, but you gotta be ready and have your bars on hand at all times. And I've earned that Instagram follow from them and their engagement because of me being there in real life and being able to perform and or just be the illuminating person I am and have that on the spot. You have to be on at all times because you never know when it's gonna happen. You should just get familiar with your equipment. It's super important. Microphone, amp, important, have one in your crib. It's super important to me because it's essential to knowing the jargon of the person that you're trying to have. You don't want to be lost in translation with your sound engineer. So knowing the jargon is important. Reverb, flangers, echoes, delays, things like that. Before I go into the studio, I'm in the crib just yo, and I'm doing this, that, and the third 1,000 times over before I step into the studio. So by the time I'm in the studio and I'm spending my money on studio time, it's one take Jake. Okay, so there's this jack of all trades idea, and you shouldn't be a jack of all trades, but you should definitely familiarize yourself and be at least a master of your own specific craft, but you should have a 1A, 1B, and your 1B you should be at least adept at. And for me, that's video editing.
Tell me what you see, stop and take a moment, please believe in me, believe in us, believe in me, it's something we can see, but we don't let our hearts talk, feel like I'm alone on an island like lost.
I can create content and put out content by myself, by my own means. Now, some people choose to have an in-house studio and be their own engineer. That's very cool too. That's an avenue that you're able to explore. For me, the more cost-efficient option was to become my own video editor. Now we're gonna get into some real nerd talk. A solid state drive. You wanna have the maximum amount of RAM for whatever system you're using, whether it's a Mac, Windows, whatever you want a good graphics card, the maximum amount of RAM. And if you're not in a position where financially that's not ready for you, just familiarize yourself with what's available, what's free. I've been video editing since I was 14. I was on Windows Movie Maker, then eventually it went to iMovie, then it went to Final Cut Pro 7, then it went to Adobe Premiere, and now I currently edit between Premiere or Final Cut Pro X, a whole bunch of external hard drives. You come into my living room, it's a coffee table, at least 5 external hard drives. It's a basic Mac laptop setup. For me, it's important to have a secondary thing that you do that's also productive towards your number one passion or whatever it is that you're pursuing. 99% of my stuff is like me giving my friend the camera, like, yo, shoot this, and then me editing it to the best of my abilities and making it out to be what it actually is. Dressing the part. We live in a material visual world. This is the planet that we live on. The easiest way to get people to start a conversation with you is through what you're wearing. At any given moment, I never know when my time is gonna come. So even when I get outside and I go and I get dressed, I look how I look because I never know who I'm gonna run into or what position I'm gonna be in. And I've had this happen numerous amounts of times. I've had this happen with Sway. I was wearing a very cool jacket. I'm into anime. It was a Hunter x Hunter jacket. He came up to me and like, who makes that jacket? What is that jacket? He's not even, Sway's not an anime head, but he just liked what the jacket looked like, and that gave me an avenue to Sway that was much more organic than me running, Sway, check my Instagram, please. I rap, Janet Jackson posted me. That's so much more and cringy, and people don't like being approached that way. So the more you can put yourself out there, maybe you don't have the gift of gab, maybe you're naturally introverted and not as extroverted, or you have to use the tools that you do have. And I'm not talking high fashion, super expensive stuff. You can thrift and finesse it. If you have style, you have style. The real life world is very real. If you're in New York, you're in LA, you're in high populated areas where you're very likely somebody of note that can get you to that next level is in the room you need to be in, and you're not gonna have chance for a rehearsal or a sound check. So be ready to have your bars on deck, man. You never know when the cameras are coming out. Yo, it's the kid Hyphen. Thank you for tuning in to my course on how to grow your brand organically, not using social media, real life, 3 dimensions.
Yes, sir.
Finessed Media.
I need you to go. I need you to feel. I need you to find something that you know is real. I need you to find. I need you to see inside of your soul, inside of your mind. Build me 1, try to build me 2, try to build me 3, try to find the flea, try to find the flow, try to find the sea, try to part the wave. I don't know I could be. I just feel like I had never been so close unto my truth, until I do, until I die, until it's me and you. I just wanna know while I'm here on this roof. And I'll be spitting these flows. It's 100 proof. And we're gonna find our way down the melody. Going through these memories. It's been like a century. And I'm just hoping you remember me. Hey.